Alright, so hey everybody, this is my final project for game programming. It's called Meteor Madness, as you can see right here. So the basic premise of the game is it's a tower defense game. So basically you're defending the Earth, and later on you'll see the player as well from this wave of meteors. And the wave mechanics are a little different than what you see here. This is just the title screen. Just trying to make it a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more interesting, rather than just a cut and dry regular type as usual. But basically, just to start off, you can see we have the small meteors right here, the medium ones, and also over here large ones. And you'll see within the waves themselves that they are faster. They have health bars. Actually, let's just get into it. Let me show you. Alright, so your player is a Rubik's Cube to start out with. Later on, I plan on adding more skins to the game, so when you fill up this bar right here, the progress bar, then you can get these skins. Who knows what they'll be? I'll figure it out. But speaking of the bars up here in the left corner, we have the player's health bar, which can be diminished by getting hit by meteors. We have the Earth's health bar. So actually, and one important note is the Earth that I'm staying on right now is much deeper than this. It's about 12 blocks deep. And so because of that, who knows? Like you can only see 3 or so. So if you jump into a pit, who knows what might be underneath it. So this health bar right here should be able to tell you, like, if you're at 20%, if you jump off, you're likely going to fall through the end of the world and die. So it gives you a little bit of an indication into what you're getting into. And then also right here is the wave progress bar. So up here in the left, right-hand corner, opposite, is a pause button. So it opens a settings menu. It'll pause everything but the clouds. So you see, once you get into the waves themselves, it'll pause all the meteors. It'll pause you. So as you can see, I'm trying to move around. Can't do anything. But what I can do is I can either exit the game, which I'm not going to do. I can go back to main menu, which is just here. All right. Or I can resume the game. So it gives you about 3 seconds before you have to continue playing the game. Here we go. Playing again. Good stuff. But during waves, it's actually really helpful, especially when you get into the later waves, get overwhelmed, you just need a break. Throw on the pause. Good to go. Just hang out a little bit, do whatever you need, but you can always come back to it when you're done. So basic mechanics of this game, in terms of the player, you can move left with W, right with D, jump. You can actually jump 3 times with W. Basically, this mechanic is meant to, help you get out of deep pits caused by the meteors later in the game. Also, just for fun, jumping around and whatnot. And then also spacebar is to shoot. Okay, so let's go into the first wave so I can show you what that looks like. So it transitions to nighttime, and you fight meteor storms at night. And it's infinitely it can go on forever. I've written algorithms so that the actual game itself can handle the number of meteors, the speed of the meteors, the timing, everything like that, based on the wave number that you're on. But because of the random elements, basically, you never know what you're going into, essentially. Like wave 10 could be the most difficult wave you've ever played. You quit the game, come back, play it again. It's the easiest. It's all dependent on random spawn arrays and also groupings. Alright, so let's get into wave 2. Alright, so go. So this wave will actually be 4 small meteors. The small meteors are handled by something pretty simple, just the square of the waves. The other 2, the medium and the large, are a little bit more complex. But basically, you'll see in this next wave that you'll start off with medium meteors, and then later on in wave 5, you'll start out with the large meteors. Alright, so you'll see now that when I shoot one of the medium meteors here, it has a health bar. Alright, let's see, right here, health bar. So you can see right here, let's actually let this one go down here. So when it hits, it'll destroy 4 pieces. You can see 4, 4. And the small ones just destroy 1 right here. And then you can see also that the Earth's health bar has gone down. Yeah, so that's basic premise. All right, so let's get a little bit further in so you can see more of a type of crater environment that the meteor set up. Let's go. So you can see it's in the game. It's not necessarily important to move around, but the ones that are really far away are, it takes a while for the bullets to get all the way over there. So if you're not careful and not good at aiming, like I am right now, you'll have a little bit of trouble getting to them in time before they hit the ground. And obviously it's not, the end of the world if you miss a few, but once you get up to, like, let's say wave like 13, 14, 15, a few it's going to be a lot more than just 1 or 2. So for each of those levels before it. So yeah, let's show you what the large meteors look like. So these will actually take 5 hits, and you'll see that the health bar reflects this. Alright. Okay, here's the large ones right here on the left. You can see there's also one right here. So when I shoot it once, there we go. And yeah, let's finish this wave. Alright, so and then also you can see up here on the left hand side you have a player health. Right now it's at 100%, obviously, because I haven't been hit anything. But the small meteors deal about 2 damage. The medium meteors destroy about 1/4, and the large ones about half. So right now you have about 12 health or so. Later in the game, based on power-ups and things like that I'm going to add in, you can increase that health, regenerate that health, so on and so forth. But right now, if you die, you have to start over, so let's not try to do that right now. But just as a side note, everything that you see in this, the clouds, backgrounds, the skeleton right here, the ground, everything like that, drawn by me in Photoshop. Took quite a bit of time, but I think it was worth it. So let's see. So you can see that the meteors kind of group up a little bit, and I've written a bit of code that if a meteor is about 1/3 to 1/4 of the screen away from each other, they'll group up towards the last meteor that spawns. So that way you have a little, you can see like right here, you have this little grouping. It doesn't always happen, of course, because I don't want it to destroy just like, let's say, like everything over here, and then this part is like extremely tall. But the whole point of a meteor storm is they break off of something larger, they all fall in a kind of group, and then the next group falls. So I wanted to kind of keep it real with that. But anyway, as you see, you can pause it. It stops the transition into nighttime, stops everything except the clouds moving across the sky. So go back into the game and continue playing. Here we go. Wave 7. So you can see already that the level is it's going down a little bit, but not too much. So if we just let some of the large meteors get past, you'll see what it looks like. Okay. You can see, yeah, quite a bit of meteors getting into the later rounds. But yeah, so basically, one of the strongest points of this game for the player is to make sure that they're as accurate and as quick as possible when they're shooting down the meteors. There's not a downward force applied to them by me. I'm just letting gravity do its work. So essentially, the longer you let it fall, the worse it's going to get. So if you can shoot them up towards the top of the screen, they'll be a little bit slower, but the longer you wait, the worse it's going to get. So let's get down into here so you can see. We're starting to have these little like craters going on all across the screen. Here we go. Really high. But yeah. So let me just die so you can see that. Basically, you'll have a death pause menu. Won't let you do anything else besides, well, decide to start the game over again or to quit. Let's see. Here we go. So here I am trying to shoot, trying to move around. Can't get the settings menu or anything. All you can do is go back to main menu, which will start you over from wave 1, or you can quit the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it.